morning, friends, and welcome to Saturday morning. It is the 22nd of February. I'm in Dusty Booksniffer's library at the moment, but you are at Darvanalee Designs Studio. It's my daily crafting vlog, so let's get started. Well, good morning or good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you don't know, my name's Nicole, and I do daily vlogs here on Darvanalee Designs, and today is my day off, but I will be doing some personal crafting and all the things. So one of my favourite ways of starting the day, apart from doing like diamond painting or maybe some cross stitching, I also love to read as well. Now, if you have been around for a while, you already know this about me. You know that I'm a prolific reader, and I just absolutely love reading books, as you can see from my home library. So yeah, this is a new addition to the house. This is my daughter's room, and the only way that I could convert it into anything, it had to be a library, according to Savannah. So this is where I'm at. So there are some videos over on Dusty Booksniffers, and I will leave the link down below where you can see the progression that we did for the library. Savannah and I renovated this room together. We're amateur renovators. There's some mistakes, but it was a lot of fun. It was a great bonding experience, and we're planning on doing other projects in the future as well. But one of my favourite ways of starting the day is actually reading, and I like to read for a couple of hours. It is quite early here this morning. It's a lovely quiet morning, thankfully. My neighbours are quiet. I was up pretty late last night, so I've only had a few hours sleep, but a great way for me to start the day when I'm feeling like that is with you know, instead of starting it with craft, I start it with reading. And today I'm reading The Witch's Kind by Louisa Morgan. And I first came across this author last year when I read The Secret History of Witches. It's just down there. And I've absolutely fell in love with her storytelling. And this one, we're following Barry Ann Blythe and her Aunt Charlotte. And basically, they've always known they're a bit different from the people in their little coastal town, and I think a lot of us can relate to that, feeling like outcasts and stuff like that. And they have from what I can gather so far, I'm only a little ways into it, I'm about 100 pages into it. From what I can gather at the moment, they have the power of premonition, and they haven't always liked having that power. So yeah, we've had an abandoned baby's turned up, and yeah, and so the story's just starting to kick off now. Like, we got to know the two main characters, which is Charlotte and Barry Ann. And I thought she was saying Mary Ann when I was listening to the audio, but it's actually Barry Ann. But anyway, that's what I'm going to read. I've got my coffee this morning in my witch's brew cup. I thought that was very apt, reading a witchy book. Need a witchy cup, so I have that. And yeah, it's super quiet this morning. It's a little bit cooler this morning. Definitely autumn is in the air. I can feel it. But I do want to get some craft stuff done today as well. So we're going to do the check-in for what I did on stitching last night with the girls. And I didn't finish the chart. Let's just put it that way. We'll check on that in just a moment. But I'm planning on just pottering around. I don't know how my day is going to go at all, because Brendan said that he wants to do the carports outside today. So I may be spending a considerable amount of time outside. So it may be a very short vlog, or it may be a very long vlog, or it may be in between. We just don't know how today's going to roll. And I like days like that where I have no direction whatsoever. It is a day off. It's one of the days in the month where I don't do anything online. I just chill and recoup and have naps and eat good food. Like, I've got pesto pasta already pulled out. I've got some salad stuff there ready to go. And it's just a day where I basically do what the hell I want. That could mean sitting down watching TV. It could mean that I sit and crochet. Whatever takes my fancy, and on a whim, I'll pick something up. Although I will say I'm not starting anything today. I am going to be working on whips. And generally on Saturdays, I tend to pull out the slow stitching stuff, because I used to do a video called Slow Stitching Saturday. And of course, I often do that still because I got into the habit of doing that. So I do have the tree that I'm working on for that. The computer generally doesn't get turned on. Of course, it'll get turned on this afternoon when I have to edit this video, but generally the computer doesn't get turned on. I tend to stay off social media. Although this morning, I have been awake for about an hour. This morning, I have been reading my other favourite thing to do is, at this time of the year, is to watch my favourite booktubers try to predict the women's prize for fiction. So this is going to be a running theme for the next 6 weeks, about 5 weeks, because the shortlist will get announced on the, I want to say the 2nd of April. So I've got from the 4th of March to the 2nd of April, I have all that time to get the books read. So you'll hear me talking about certain books that I'm reading. You'll hear me talk about the long list getting announced. You'll hear it all about it over on Dusty Book Sniffers, and you'll just hear snippets here on that. So if you'd like to follow along with that, I applaud you. I ask you to go over to Dusty Book Sniffers and subscribe to that channel as well. It is a love of my life, really. I just love doing reading and talking about books. It stops my family from getting crazed with me. Though Savannah does talk about books a lot with me too, so yeah. But anyway, it's my other passion. I just love books. As you can tell, I've got a library. I have a problem getting rid of them as well. So today I thought, yep, I'm just going to sit down in my chair, put my feet up, start the day off gentle, because this year, remember, everything is about being gentle. All right, let's check in on my cross stitch and see what I got done. Okay, so, oops, sorry about the wobbly camera, but you can see here that I got the little house done and I got the little reef. I've just got to put 2 little colours in there, but I'm going to wait till I come down to it when I get to the basket. But I got all the house done except for 2 stitches. I put the stars in and I started on the flower. So you can see here, that's where I'm at. So it's coming together. Unfortunately, I didn't get it finished, but I still made a lot of progress on this this week. So I'm really happy with it. And as I said, I am a much slower stitcher on 46 count, and rightly so. So yeah, so this is going to get put away and the nutcracker is going to come out. I'm going to take this out of the hoop now and pack it away. And then this will come out in around 6 or 7 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. I can't remember what the rotation is, but anyway, it will come out again and you will get to see me finish it off and start a new one. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I got done, and it's so cute. Oh, and look at the size difference. Let me just show you. So I have these tiny little scissors. Okay, so this is a needle minder, so you can see my finger almost one of my fingers almost covers it. Okay, this is the pair of scissors, just to show you the size, because you can't really get fathom the size of it. So that's 3 fingers. Okay, and let me just sit this here. Let me get it to sit. Wait a minute. Oh, just need to swap hands. So I'm just going to sit this here. Okay, and those scissors are as tall as the house. So there you go. So that's how small that is on 46 count, okay? So it gives you an appreciation of how small that house actually is. All right, now I will go and measure these scissors and tell you how big they are so you can look at your rulers. And yeah, okay, so these scissors are 1.25 inches wide and they are 2.25 inches high. So that gives you an idea of how big the house is. Okay, it's very tiny, very cute, and I absolutely love and adore how tiny this is, and I cannot wait to have it finished up. Overall, it's 4 inches with the little motifs down the bottom and this across the top. It will be 4 inches and just a little bit smidgen bigger, but once it's finished, it's going to look absolutely fantastic. So grab those rules out and have a look how big it is. Anyway, that is my final check-in for Peppermint House this rotation. And the next time you see a check-in, it will be the Nutcracker from 2023 that was designed by Shannon Christine. So, as you can see, I did get a fair bit done last night. I finished off the house. I started one of the flowers and I got 2 of the stars in, but I was busy talking and not stitching. But I had a great time. So that's all that matters. I've put that away And did you see the size comparison? So I've got those little scissors, and did you see the size comparison? Oh my God, they're so cute. And thanks to, I think it was Sharon, said about putting washers on the back of the little charts so they don't stick together. The reason I'm putting magnets on it as well is because I don't want to only use that method of attaching them. I may, there's, like I'm thinking about getting like a fancy metal trays from op shops and stuff, and also putting them on that. So I need the magnets to be on the back of them. But I do appreciate you, appreciate your tip there, and it is a very good tip. And if you're wondering what that tip is to put washers on the back of the pieces as opposed to magnets, and then that way they don't stick together. So thank you, Sharon, for that. I really do appreciate it. I did think of that because I have seen other people do that myself, but because I want to use it in different mediums, because I thought I could bring them in here as well because they'll match in here. And this is going to be very eclectic in here, and secondhand frames and all that sort of stuff. So, and I said to Savannah that I'd like to get some of those serving trays and put some of my charts up on there. And because you can get quite large serving trays, that's what I'm sort of looking for. And she's keeping an eye for them down in Brisbane as well. And I thought that we could use some of them in here. So that's why my pieces will have magnets on them, so I can switch them out and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but thank you so much, Sharon, for your tip. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I will keep that in mind. And if anybody else was wondering, you can, that's what you can do. And that was a nice little tip from Sharon. So thank you. I love getting tips and tricks from people because, you know, sometimes you hit a roadblock in your brain and all that sort of stuff. But I am now going to get on with the rest of my day. I will be stitching on the Nutcracker for the rest of this week. So from today until next Friday when I meet up with my stitchy friends again. So keep an eye out every day for the progress on that. Yeah, and I'll be working this coming week. I'll be working on getting that winter cushion all sorted and squared away and up to Patreon as well. So keep an eye out for that this week as well. So there's lots of little things that are happening. And tomorrow I'm actually working for Dusty Book Sniffers, and I will also be doing some quilting tomorrow because it's Reset Sunday. So that's exciting because the last Sunday of every month I do a reset, which means I try to finish up everything that I had on my list that I wanted to get done during the month. And I don't always succeed at that. Sometimes it goes over into the next month because it's a bigger job than I thought. But I try to get stuff that I have started during the week or the month, try and get that stuff sorted and squared away. So I will be working tomorrow. So today is going to be a nice relaxing day, as I said. All right, I'm going to chill. I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm going to read my book. I will tell you about it briefly from time to time. I'm sort of trying not to talk too much about books here, but it's really hard when that's a big part of your life as well. So please, if you don't like hearing about books, you don't need to voice that opinion. That is okay, that you don't like them, but you don't need to make me feel bad about it either, which has happened in the past and I don't appreciate it. So if you could not do that, if you don't like books, I understand. I appreciate the fact that you may not read. I appreciate the fact that you don't want to hear about it. And if I can just ask you to skip over that part, fast forward, whatever the case may be. If you see me holding a book, you know I'm talking about it. So yeah, just skip past that part, and then that way you don't have to hear about it. And I would greatly appreciate no negative feedback on the books or any choice of book that I make as well. I'm just trying to cover my butt here because I've had in the past many people email, DM me, leave nasty comments, which have all been deleted. I don't appreciate that on my channel and all that sort of stuff. So I will be talking about books from time to time, especially in the next 5 weeks. Because that is pretty much all I'll be doing is crafting and books. So yeah. All right. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I hope that you're having a lovely day wherever you are. And to let me know how you're feeling down in the comments. How's your week been? How's your day going? Are you having a slow day too? Because I am always interested to know how you're going, because you will find out how I'm traveling. So anyway, I will see you in the next check-in. So after I did a couple of hours of reading, I decided that I was going to do a little bit of diamond painting. As I said, today is just a very casual day, just going with the flow, doing whatever strikes my fancy. But I actually finished coffee time during the next a few, I think I've spent about 2 hours on an hour and a half or something like that. Just doing a little bit here, a little bit there, get up to go and do something and whatnot. So you can see here I am de-kitting and getting rid of all of those drills. I've got a little container here that I'm dropping everything in, and it just makes it super easy. And then I will bring out the next chart that I'm going to work on, or canvas, sorry, not chart, canvas. Cross stitch is chart, diamond painting is canvas. So I've been having a lot of fun just getting everything finished and done. Like, I only started this last week, was it? Did we start this together? I think it was last week. So I think it's only taken me just a little over a week to do it. And the next one that I'm kitting up is another coffee one. And that way I can get them done and dusted. And then once I've got time to, I will get the little frames for them. And then they'll be ready to go to put up, because I'll just frame them myself. They'll be ready to go and be put up in the kitchen. So it is a super, super cute, very quick one to do. I got these from fan sales, so if you're looking for them, you can check them out there. I just gave it a really quick roll as well to make sure that everything is stuck down, so that can now go back into my A3 folder. And here you can see I am now starting to kit up the next canvas that I'm going to work on. there you go. My first coffee time one is done. I'm so excited, and you just seen me kit up the other one. So yeah, I'm on to the next one. I'm super excited. I've got a couple of other small ones that I'm going to open up and put into the folder so they flatten out a little bit better, because they've been like rolled up for so long. They are going to get creases in them. As you've seen with the other coffee one, it actually has a bit of a crease in it. So I've prepped it and everything like that. I'm not going to actually start it today. I'll probably do a little bit on maybe Monday or even tomorrow. We'll see how we go. But I am going to sit it underneath my cutting mat and then sit some stuff on my cutting mat on top of it and see if that helps it flatten out a little bit. I've done that in the past and it works, but I'm super happy with how it's turned out. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's going to be put into a plain black frame, and it's going to be hung up in my kitchen over where I make my coffee and tea and everything. So I'm a bit of a coffee drinker, but I do have tea every now and again, generally in the afternoons with a nice bicky or something along those lines. But I love it. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And for those that are wondering, I got these from fan sales, and if I can find the links for them, I'll drop them down below. I'm not affiliated with fan sales at all. I just like buying off their products. They give a good price. They're quick with shipping. They don't cost me a fortune here in Australia, and they're something that I can do pretty quickly, as you've seen this week. So I'm really happy with it. I would love this as a cross stitch, to be honest. And so I might have to go and look for it. But anyway, I love how it's turned out. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing it come together as well. But I'm going to move on to opening up the rest of these diamond paintings and getting them in my A3 folder, and I'll check in very soon. As you've seen, I have finished the coffee time one, but I'm not going to frame it up yet because we're still doing work in the kitchen. So I'm going to put this back in here, and I'm going to pull these ones out and get them in here so they're a bit flatter as well. But I love it. It was such a nice little piece to do, and nice and quick as well, so that's always a good thing. And yeah, so now it's done, and it can sit in there waiting patiently to be framed. I still have this which one to do, but I'm going to do the other coffee one, which I've already pulled out, and you've seen me putting that up. But I have these other ones here as well, so I just want to double check before I pull them all out that they're marked. So these are a lot of witchy ones that I have, and they're a little bit bigger. Let me just see. Yep, it's got the code on it, but it's not in a plastic bag. So I'm going to get my bands and sort that out. All right, so I've got my elastic bands. These are just some that I pulled out of the cupboard, and I thought I could get stuck into them. Again, these have come from fan sales, because they're big bands. These have come from fan sales as well. And I'll just tighten them up. Make sure they stay together. I think what I might do is get one of these plastic bags and just sit them in so they don't get lost. So I've got a few of them that I've put some of my cross stitch projects into project bags, so I don't have to worry about that. But she's a cute little one as well. I just like to sort of roll it back on itself. Try and get some of the creases out of it. Of course, you know, lifting the plastic as well also helps to flatten them out. Just releases the pressure. So these, I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. Some of them may get framed up, I don't know yet. So, but let me just turn this on the side because it is easier to do it that way. I haven't really done much in the way of sewing or anything today. I've just been reading and just having a nice relaxing day. It's a very overcast day and windy day here, so I'm actually enjoying just relaxing today. Now, I've just grabbed some scissors because it's a little bit wider than it should be, so I'm just going to cut on that black line and get rid of that. I mean, of course, I will square all these up once I've done the diamond painting if I decide to frame them. Alright, get rid of that. That should fit in now. Get rid of that little bit. I have no idea what I've pulled out. None whatsoever. So it's going to be a surprise for both of us, or for all of us. Alright, so that's that one. Let me see what the next one is. I've got a feeling these are all witch ones. And that's how they come packed up. Oh no, this one's a Christmas one. Oh, that is so cute. It's a little kitty cat sleeping. So that will fit in for the Christmas one. Now these don't seem to be, oh there they are, they're marked. I'm just checking what is the title of this one. It should have it on the front. WT112, yes that does, so I can wrap that up and keep that together. Nice little Christmas one. I don't want to start any big ones until I've got that room done. This is going to be cute. Love little kitty cats. And that'll be one that I can bring out at Christmas time and hang up. Probably put that in a nice ornate frame of some sort. See how we go traveling. Alright, that seems to be flattened out a little bit more. It does help when you put them in these folders. It just it gets them to sit nice and flat for you. Alright, let's pop that in there. I definitely want to do a Christmas one this year because we are doing Christmas 365 in 2025, which is the brainchild of a Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts. Hey Gail, how you going? It's got a Christmas one with kitty cats on it. It's so cute. They're adorable. Oh my goodness. So cute. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. Alright, what's this one? Oh, another witchy one by the looks of it. Yep, one of these small ones. I've taken, like most of them, I've actually already taken the boats and everything out. You would have noticed that didn't have one. It's because I've pretty much gone through it already. And that's already together, so I don't need that. And taken them out when I open them up to film them. It's just a couple that I've left it in there. This is one of those small ones, like at the front. One of these ones. This is a little bit bigger. I think this is a 30 by 40, yeah. They're pretty pixelated, these ones, but I just like doing them. They look alright once they're done. Very staticky, this one. Sometimes in the studio, when I have a day off, I just sort of potter and just sort of fluff around with my stuff and get myself ready, and like I'm doing now, like it's just tidying up a little section on the diamond painting cart, and it means that I will be able to, you know, go through the cupboard again and see what other small ones I've got that I can put in here. I know that I've got a lot that are a little bit bigger than this, so yeah. I mean, I will get that room done eventually. It's just, you know, can't rush these things, as they say. And I am a lot of the time here by myself, so it's not very motivating to go and do stuff by yourself. But anyway, it is what it is. Brendan's at work today. He was supposed to come over and do the carports. I was supposed to help him with that, but he's been called out for jobs. Oh, this is beautiful. This is a butterfly one. How beautiful is that? It's purple. It's purple, my favourite colour. So, yeah. I think I actually got this one for Mia's room, to be honest. So, just roll that back on itself. Get that lay flat a bit. This one's really struggling. So, it's a lot of purples and the blues in that one. Very pretty colours. So it's surprising how well it works, just peeling the cover sheet back and then laying it back down, how it just seems to lay nice and flat. It gets rid of a lot of the creases. And of course, sometimes I have to put it underneath my cutting board, and I sit stuff on the cutting board, and that helps as well. But for the most part, once it's in this book, it sits pretty flat too, because they're, you know, it's in a book and whatnot. So yeah, they're all hard up against each other, which is fabulous because that makes my job easier, just to pull them out and get started into them, you know, kit them up and all that sort of stuff. As you can see, this is going in, and it's pretty tight when it's going in, especially the other one in front of it, because they're 30 by 40. That's as big as it will fit. Otherwise, you have to trim them down just a touch. Not so much in the height, but in the width. Sometimes you've got to trim it down, which is okay. Alright, so that, you can see, is going to lay nice and flat. And it's a place for me to store them as well. So, yeah, and that just sits up here, out of the way. And then when I'm ready to pull one out, I can just open that up and pull one out, and we're good to go. But I'm glad that I decided to get one of these bags to put everything in. And I think I talked about this once before, I'm not too sure, but there's little codes on these. They match the top of your charts. So you just check them out, and yeah, you can, that way you can open them up, everything, and you don't have to sticker them because all that coding on the front matches what's on the chart. So that is now in place, and that made that nice and neat as well. And I'll leave these there because no doubt I'll need them when I open up those packs. But I've got another coffee one to do, so that's all good. And that's ready to go, so I can just start doing that when I'm ready to do that. But I am going to get rid of these because I don't really need these. I don't use them. And the kindergartens don't want them anymore. So I've had these fat quarters for a while. A couple of years back, I went with the Rebel Stitches. We went down to the Brisbane Quilt Show, and I got a heap of patterns, and I got some of this Curiouser and Curiouser by Tula Pink, and these are the larger prints. I'm actually using it for the star project that I have that's supposed to be EPP, but these were some of the larger prints that I didn't want to cut up for EPP. So I've had them sitting there, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with them, how I was going to use them, or anything like that. This one's folded a bit weird, but you can see there that it's got the Queen of Hearts on there, and then we've got roses as well. So I was going through my stuff. I was going through a bag looking for some stuff, and I came across the, let me just turn the light on so you can see a bit better. That shines a little bit of light on it, not much. So I was going through a bag looking for stuff for the Sashiko table runner. I was looking for the binding for it, which I used that fabric, and in that bag I found this pattern, and I had these sitting up on the shelf, and I was talking to the girls last night, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to use them for. Maybe I'll make some project bags or whatever, because I didn't know what I was going to use them for. But then I remembered I got this pattern for these. So I was using the smaller prints from the Curiouser range for the star quilt, which I'll grab down in a minute and you can have a look at it. Some of you will probably remember it. But then I had this pattern, which is called the Tassel Tea Party, and I thought that would be perfect to use some of these bigger ones because it has a big chunk of fabric that gets used. So I can grab some, you know, some black, or I can grab some other colors from the Tula Pink range, because most of her blenders and everything match just about all of her ranges. This comes with a table runner, a cushion, some coasters I think it has as well. So it's got coasters, placemat, table runner, cushions, and a wall quilt. So I'm probably not going to make all of those things because I don't want to. But it comes with the paper pattern, which you use to cut out. But you can see there that the hat's not that big, the bit that I'm going to put the pattern piece on. So I thought that these would be perfect for that. And so as you can see, it's a decent pattern. So that's got 12 in it, and I counted that I'd be able to get 12, at least 12 out of this, if not more. So I'm going to use this fabric, these fabrics with the larger patterns on them, and I'm just going to try and get as many hats as I can out of one fat quarter. And so I thought that I could get some of her blenders with the really small print and match it up, you know, maybe do like a teal or something like that that stands out, or a purple or something, and then add these to the top part and then just have black. And as for the border, well, I can always buy something that is in part of these ranges, or something else from her blender range, because she's got spots and stripes and plains, I think. and I think I've got some of those in there, so I can always get meterage of that. I probably wouldn't be able to get meterage of something like what was here. I mean, ideally I would love to get like the rose or something like that, but I don't know if I'd be able to get it, so I'd have to check that out. So I figured I will make as many hats as I can out of the, what have I got here, 2, 3, 4, 5 fat quarters. I'm sure I'm going to be able to get at least 20 hats out of that. So I figured I'll get some black next time I'm down Spotlight. And then once I've got some of my whips out of the way, I can have this as a new start when I'm ready to start something new. So yeah, so that now, basically this fabric that has been floating around my studio for the last couple of years, not knowing what I was going to do with it, not know where it was going, and I don't actually have a Tulip Pink quilt, so I will be having a Tulip Pink quilt. Not my favorite collection, but still, it'll look nice somewhere in the house. My house is very eclectic, so I'm not even remotely surprised. But I do believe that I'll be able to get at least 4 out of them. Like, obviously I won't be able to use these bits, but maybe I should be able to get it out of these top bit. And then I can always use the bottom bits, just cut them up into little hexagons and just have them, you know, colourful little hexagons or whatever. So yeah, so I've got, what did I get there? 1, 2, 4, I've got 6, sorry. So I should be able to get a fair bit out of it. And yeah, and make a decent quilt. And then I'll be able to use it. So, and so what I thought I'd do, instead of, you know, just having these bags accumulating everywhere and these getting moved around and all that sort of stuff, I will put them together, and then I know that that fabric is for the main part of the project, and it protects it, and I can sit that into, like, you know, a quilt project that I want to do. So that is what I'm going to do with that. I'm really happy that I've decided that's what I'm going to do with it. And then my mate Michelle's like, when I was talking to Forever Stitches, that she's going, yeah, that you bought that pattern because you thought you could use the bigger one. I'm like, oh, thanks for telling me. I appreciate that. Hey, Shell, I hope you're staying dry. I know that you're copping it up there in Townsville, so I'm hoping that that low pressure system off the coast doesn't cross over, because that'll be devastating for you, I know. But yeah, so you can keep an eye out for that. I don't know when I'm going to start this. This is just what I've put it together, so I know that that pattern, it goes with that fabric, and I've got to get some black fabric for it. I've got to get some background fabric, which I'll probably, I think I'll probably go with a tone-on-tone white. Possibly, I don't know, I'll see how I go. I think that will make it pop. I don't want to use black, which I know that Tulip Pink stuff always looks good on black, so I'm going to put that up with my projects that I've yet to start, that I know what the fabric's for, and that. But I think that is going to be it for me today, because I'm just going to relax for the rest of the afternoon and read. I feel like I've been productive. I've finished a diamond painting. I've not done any stitching today, but you've seen the stitching I did last night. I've packed a few things away. I've made progress with that, and I think I'm just going to take the rest of the afternoon off and just chill out. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Thanks again for liking and subscribing to the channel, and if you haven't done so, make sure that you do and hit it to all notifications with the little bell, and then that way you can keep abreast of what's happening here in the studio. I hope that you're all having a fabulous weekend, whether it's just starting or you're on Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening if you're over in New Zealand. Just thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate it. But that is it for me today. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.